All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rise Zion. I hope you're all having a great Tuesday evening. We're back here in our studio. We're going to get started painting. But before we do, I have something to share with you guys from an email that somebody sent me. And it's kind of a mysterious and interesting email, and no information is forthcoming about it. So I thought that I would reach out to you guys and see if you in the audience have heard of this or have any other additional information regarding this little rumor that somebody has shared with me recently. We'll just wait for a little bit and wait for people to pop into our live stream before we get started here. But before we get started, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That helps the video get shared on the YouTube algorithm to more and more people. We want as many people here as possible. And it looks like people are joining us very slowly. Make sure to pop in and say hi in the chat. We have a new emoji too, by the way. I forgot to announce that. Well, I did send out a post for everybody. We have a new emoji, and the emoji is nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. And I figured that that would be a fun emoji to make for you guys. It's an emoji that that for those of you who don't know, it's a reference to Monty Python's Flying Circus. And there's a skit that they do. Oh, hi, Jellybean. Jellybean has joined us. There's a skit that they do, and it's called The Spanish Inquisition. And usually it starts out with a conversation between two different characters. And then one of the characters will say to the other character, well, I didn't expect the Spanish Inquisition. And then as soon as they say that, three fellows dressed in red cardinal outfits burst into the room and they say, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. And they do this whole ridiculous skit. And it's really funny. Tammy has joined us and Martha has joined us. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're all having a great evening. Captain Scotty has joined us. Welcome, Captain Scotty. But yeah, okay, it looks like we have 14 people have joined us thus far, and that's probably good enough. I'm going to read this email for you guys that somebody sent me, and I want you guys to let me know if you have heard anything like this. This is a little bit of a little piece of juicy gossip that somebody has shared with me on my email. We'll read it together, and you guys can let me know what you think before we get started painting here. All right, so I'll read this. This is a first presidency letter, and we did not receive any such letter in our ward, but apparently they did. So it's from one of our viewers. I won't share their name. They're saying, hello, Seth. I've been trying to confirm with any other YouTubers if a letter was read in sacrament today, June 29th of 2025. I was away at work, but what was read was a letter from the first presidency inviting everyone to learn a second language or a new language. I found that interesting. Not much to go off without any other notes. Well, I won't say their name. I responded and I told him that I hadn't heard of any other reports like this. I asked him for a copy of the letter. He doesn't have a copy of it. He said that he would speak with his bishop and send me one, but he hasn't so far yet. And he says, just to follow up, sorry for the late response. He works as a first responder, so I'm not always there on Sundays. The letter actually came from the area presidency, is what he said. Now, since then, I've actually heard something like this as well, but it was from a group chat in a different forum. And they also announced that they had received a similar letter to that, asking people to learn a new language or to learn different languages. And I thought that was really interesting, considering what President Nelson had discussed, where somebody had asked him to learn Chinese. Well, he decided to learn Mandarin, I think it was. But I thought that was really interesting. Anyway, today we're going to be, I guess I'll just let you guys ruminate on that. You guys let me know if you've heard anything similar to that. I'm curious to hear what you guys have heard. And if you have any additional information or a copy of this letter, you can always email me at zionrising7777@gmail.com. We're always looking for new information out there to spread new information to confirm before we spread, because we always confirm things on this channel before just shooting it out there and as if it were fact, right? But yeah, let's get started with our painting this evening. I am in the process of, oh wait, we don't have the other camera set up. Hold on just a sec. The other camera needs to be turned on. There we go. Jellybean says, I have not heard anything like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I've heard two different sources say it, but I haven't actually seen the letter itself. So I'm trying to get additional confirmation for this, and I wonder what the reason for it could be. And people, I know we've been talking on this channel a long time about the great influx of membership. That's seems to be what the brethren are most concerned about, and so I wonder if it has something to do with that. Yeah, we're gonna get some more information on it, and then maybe I'll do an entire episode on it later. Yeah, it's been kind of interesting to hear all these different things. Too dark, but yeah, today we're going to be working on the crazy eyes of Captain Moroni. I said trust the process. The paint seems to be dry right now, so that means that I can come over here and paint over it again. The reason I do this is because it helps us to get the forms correct first and then come back and add the shadows. And it just makes him look like he has really crazy, intense eyes. But what we can do is we can just come over and we're going to paint right over this, but it has to be thick enough so that it doesn't just beat up on us. And we can just kind of paint over everything in the eye socket. And then we have the correct shape. Okay. And we just come in with our paper towel, and I'm just going to wipe away the excess paint. Okay, so the eyes are no longer so crazy. It's a bright white, right? Yeah, we've been working on this painting for a little bit now. Ah, yes, and I need to get working on the other arm this time as well. We've got lots of little details that I can work on today. We probably won't work for too long. We got started on this live stream a little bit late. And as such, we'll need to end a little bit earlier than usual. I don't have as much time to work with you guys this evening. But I hope everybody's having a great evening. I'm just kind of coming in here and painting around my guy's thumb, Moroni's thumb. He's gripping the spear, but we need to define these. We need to define his anatomy a little bit better around his hand here. gripping the spear, which is the standard of liberty. Very important. Okay. Same goes for this arm here. We're going to come in here. We're just going to apply a shadow, and then we're going to sort of come in with our paper towel and then wipe it to kind of give it a blurred effect. This is kind of just a general shape of this arm. Okay. Maybe we can just use our scumbling brush too, because it's nice and fluffy. And come in here and just kind of scumble and blur this. Maybe get our paper towel as well. Give it this 3D look, pushing things back into the background. Wiping off any excess paint. A paper towel. We want to make sure that the details stay sharp though in our hand here, so we're not going to try to scumble that at all until that dries a little bit more. You can even use your finger to scumble just a little bit. You can just come in here and rub. Okay. Do the same thing over on this side as well. Just going to cover it. Some paint and oil. We're just putting in the shadows here roughly. And as always, it's just kind of a give or take thing. So like we might come back and add more details on this side later as well. And that's fine. It's just kind of like a give or take process. We have to still paint in his arm too, so keep that in mind. They don't want to get like too involved with this. So if we can give the illusion of a more 3D object right now. Then all the better. Do a little better with this foot too. Okay, we're going to come in with our scumble brush now. Okay, we're going to come in here with our fluffy brush. We're just going to scumble it. We're going to blend it right into the background. We don't even care if that brown color gets onto the cape. It'll just help establish our shadow on that side of the painting even more. Just going to push this side of the painting back further and further. It gives it more and more of a 3D look. Then after, when we get done with all of this, we're going to come in here with the blue wash, and we're going to make all of the background vibrant blue again, because we have like all these little mistakes. We have like all these little white marks and everything. And when we get finished with it, we're going to cover all of this with blue in the background, and it's going to just create a wonderful dramatic effect. Be very, very what's the word, like rich blue, like shiny. Okay, we need to like put some shadow on this side of his helmet as well. And then we're going to paint the shadows into this banner of liberty. Because we have this, it's like bulging out, so there's going to be a little bit of a shadow side to this banner. The brightest side is going to be where the light is hitting it right here. It's going to gradually get lighter and lighter as the sun hits it from that side. Okay, I'm going to scumble that. Hi, Santa. Santa has joined us. Welcome, Santa. Lindsay Black has joined us. Captain Moroni looks awesome. Can't wait to see it finish. Yeah, me too. It's looking really great. I love the 3D effects are coming together. CSO says tonight's earlier video on this upcoming YSA address and Elder Holland's comments were excellent. Thank you, Seth. You are very welcome, CSO. I don't recognize you from our other live chats. Welcome. We appreciate everybody popping in and saying hi in the evenings. I'm glad that, so Santa says, I speak several languages. That's fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. It sounds like it might be important for building Zion or something to that effect. Tammy McConnell has joined us. Welcome, Tammy, Martha, and welcome everybody who I haven't recognized. If I missed your name, I'm sorry. We're glad for everybody who's here this evening. The very first thing that we did today was, if you missed it, we fixed his crazy eyes. Well, we're still in the process of fixing it, but we are adding shadows, and so his eyes are no longer bright white, you know, that dramatic white color. We're putting everything back in the background where it belongs by adding shadows and scumbling these shadows. It gives us a realistic effect. That's really the great thing about oil paints, is that you can create layers and layers and layers. You can just add thin washes of paint over your existing layers of paint. You just keep on doing it until you push everything into the background. Somebody asked if we were going to be adding words to this title of Liberty. We will see. It's going to be, it's an interesting composition because of the way the flag goes in the background over his head. And so the thing is we can't have any lines like dissecting his, or like intersecting, I guess is the right word, his head, because that will make it odd. Unless we can make the patterns look somewhat like a halo, and that's something that I considered. Like if we can make the words radiate out from his helmet or his head in a way that indicates that this is a part of the design and it's intentional and it doesn't distract from the composition. So I'm still thinking about it. See what happens. We're just creating kind of like this interesting what's the word? Like a patina, I guess is the word. It's really funny because it's like we have this art style that we developed in the West based on the old masters. Um, but over decades, a patina was developed over the paintings that we've come to admire. And the patina is like this dark coating because of smoke and other oil lanterns, creating an obscurity in the pigment of paint, old paintings that we find in cathedrals and so forth. And when they go to restore these old paintings, they remove all of that patina, and we discover that the colors underneath are so vibrant, and it's affected our entire aesthetic for generations. Very interesting. When we went to Peru, we visited the cathedral in the center of Lima. They have a giant cathedral there, and they have these enormous paintings, but they're almost entirely blackened by hundreds of years of oil lantern smoke and incense burning. Some restoration work was done. Some of the Sir Paul Peter Rubens pieces that they had in their collection, I could tell. One of the pieces was not restored particularly well. But they did a pretty good job, I imagine, for the what they could do. Okay. Okay. Just gonna come in here and touch this eye again. My arm touch the we just painted. All right. Oh, let's sit down for a minute. All right. How's everybody doing here? Ginny has joined us. Welcome, Ginny. Welcome everybody who I haven't introduced yet as well. Lindsay Black said, "Oh, let's go. Let's make sure I got up here." Okay, so I think the last comment we read was CSO saying that the Elder Holland video of today was fantastic. Lindsay Black says, "I agree. I haven't finished watching it yet though, but I can't wait to finish your new episode." Yeah, that was a really good one. I felt like surprised that I hadn't seen this message from Elder Holland, and I love Elder Holland so much. And it makes sense because it wasn't on his normal Instagram. And so I thought, oh, we have to cover this because I discovered it just today. So I was really excited for that. Yes, Captain Moroni looks awesome. I can't wait to see it finished. I also enjoyed your stream yesterday about President Nelson's reminder to be peacemakers. That can't be stated enough. Yeah, I know. And I think it's so important, too, that we don't forget that being a peacemaker doesn't necessarily mean, being a pushover either. And I think that's so important. There's people in the comments who are struggling with that. I'm glad that we were able to address that once and for all. Very hypnotic watching you work your art magic. Thank you, Santa. I appreciate it. Very soothing. It comes to life with a tiny bit of shading. You are talented. Well, yeah, it's just got to trust the process, right? We add more and more shadow and depth to it as we go along. And the camera is just a little bit off on an angle, so it's making it look just slightly off kilter. But yeah, it's coming along. Ginny has joined us here. She says hi everyone. Hi Ginny, thanks. Watching on a TV tonight. This painting is coming along great. Thank you, Ginny. I appreciate that so much. Bet the details look great. It reminds me of some of the beautiful paintings my grandma had when she was alive. She had some really nice art. That's exciting. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that I really do like the details in this painting as well. It's turning out pretty great. Lisa says it's great. She's a cool lady, and I can't wait to see her again. Yeah, can't wait to see our loved ones who have passed on. Great talk today. Thank you, Jenny. I do love gospel art as well. It's fun to create. It's fun to interpret things the way that you would like it to be as well. I'm just going to add some more shading here to this leg, and I think that we're going to end tonight's live stream, you guys. I am being very tired. I think that we've had a good conversation today. This foot is a lot better than the other foot. So I'm going to add some more shading to it, more than the other foots, for sure. Yeah, and I guess it's good to let these layers of paint dry too before we work on another layer. That's why it's just some of the reason why I choose not to do a live stream, because I'm like, oh, this could dry a little bit more before we start adding another layer of paint. Um, just on the safe side, don't want to blur or mess up. It's like a natural saving process, like before the computer, you could save your progress by just letting your layer dry. And then the natural undo, Control Z, is just to paint over it. All right. All right, you guys. Well, Captain Moroni's eyes are no longer crazy eyes. Oh yeah, it'll be fun to see. Lindsay says it'll be fun to meet some of the prophets to see what they think of the art that was made of them. Some depictions of them. Hi Steve, how are you? Steve says I joined your site, so I think I'll win this one. Oh yes, you want the that reminds me, Steve. So the last raffle that we did was of the painting of Jesus and Mary Magdalene at the tomb, and Camille McNeil won that print, but she has not claimed it. So I mean, I don't really know what to do. I think that just she's the winner. If she ever claims it, we can't give it to anybody else. I mean, she's the winner. But she hasn't contacted me, and I need to have her. I definitely need to have her address so that I can ship it to her. But yeah, she hasn't reached out. But Steve, I hope you win as well. It's a, it's good luck. Everybody is entered to win one time, except for Camille McNeil because she won last time. So we'll exclude her name from this next raffle. But she will be included in the one after this painting. I think that that is fair. But the winner will not be included in the next raffle. Lindsay says, "Have you had some busy days lately, Seth?" Yes, I have had so many busy days. We're in the process of training because I have a graphic design business and I'm trying to train a new assistant, and she's doing a great job. It's just that she requires a lot of attention still because there's things that pop up and she's not familiar with it, and so she needs to ask me, questions a lot of the time. So I have to stop and text her, and it's just a process to do it. It's not like physically tired, but it is mentally a little bit draining when I'm trying to do so many things at the same time and get dinner ready. But she's doing a fantastic job. And now we are looking for an actual graphic designer to join our team. And so then I'll be training he or she to actually do the artwork that we need done. But yeah, the graphic design business is going along fantastically, very swimmingly. We print, we we specialize in custom quality prints, and we can do things like metallic foil, which most other people can't for the price that we can. Yeah, training can be fun and draining. That's true. Let's come over here, I guess. You guys can see my face as we're here at the end of our live stream. I hope you all had a fantastic day. Let me know if you have any questions before we end tonight's live stream. I hope Steve wins this next raffle. We'll see what happens. This print is going to be good. But regardless, anybody can visit our website at risezion.org. We are an official organization, you guys. You can visit our website. You can buy any of the posters there, as well as music. And we didn't play the music. Dustwave is also volunteering, by the way. He's helping us now with doing the shorts, and he's been doing a fantastic job with that recently. So yeah, we're kind of in the process of doing training for Dustwave. I think he's got it though, you guys. I think that he is ready to roll. We can still use some more work with research, you guys. If somebody wants to help and be an official part of our research team, that would be much appreciated. But yeah, Lindsay has been emailing us stuff, and you guys have all been great emailing me stuff. I always appreciate your tips. You can always reach out if you have a story or something unique and interesting to share. And Lindsay has emailed me something, and I will try to get to your emails. I haven't checked emails for 2 days. Sana is leaving. Sweet dreams, Sana. Thank you for joining us. And Lindsay says, I'm interested in helping. Yeah, so Lindsay, if you are interested in helping, please just email me and say you're interested in helping, and I will try to connect you. I don't want to like pressure anybody into doing something, and so I don't want to I've got just so many things going on right now, so you have to email me and say specifically that you're interested in helping with research so that I know to get you connected with our Google Docs and everything so that you can add stuff to it. And I appreciate you guys helping me. I I'm just a little bit frazzle brained, and so if I don't do things fast, please excuse me as we're trying to get our episodes pumped out daily. It's something that I do need help with too, is coming up with interesting, unknown and mysterious articles that we can read every Thursday. Because I'm going to start doing that for live streams every Thursday. Those work out so much better than painting. I always enjoy doing these painting live streams with you guys. They're so chill. But I mean, right now we only have 7 people watching. So, I mean, sadly, people are just not interested in the live painting. And that's okay. We'll keep on doing them. We'll just every Thursday do a live stream of something that people are actually interested in, and we'll get more people joining us in the chat, and we'll have a great time doing that as well. We had a great conversation last Thursday, talking about some of these fascinating correlations between the Dead Sea Scrolls and LDS doctrine, which is really fun to talk about. Yeah, Lindsay's life is just so busy right now. Yeah, please resend it if it hasn't come through. And I assume that it is your name, right? Lindsay Black. So I'll watch out for Lindsay Black email if it pops up. And always, and I'll probably, if you like really are serious about helping too, I'll probably let you in on my text messages so that you can text me something urgent. If there's an urgent story that's popped up, I need somebody to text me about it, because I don't often read the emails for a few days. And if it's something that needs to be done like right away, like something really, really provocative and interesting, I need to be texted about it right away so that I can be informed of it. No worries, Lindsay. We'll get your email eventually. Just reach out on any email that you'd like to, and we'll get it taken care of. But thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. We'll let you go, and I'll go on my walk for this evening and get some exercise for today. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. Tomorrow, we're going to do something really exciting. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be exciting. So we'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Good evening. Yes, catch the scoop, Lindsay says. Captain Skazi, I'm tired. So I wish everyone a good night.